The forest heard the crack before it heard the cry. At dawn, a young stag stood frozen between two trees, breath fogging the cold air, staring at what lay on the ground before him. His antlers, broken, fallen, heavy as shame. All his life, they had been his crown, the branches that made birds pause, the proof that he was strong, that he mattered, and now they were just bone and bark, snapped and useless in the frost. He lowered his head again and again, nudging them with his nose, willing them to rise, to return to him. But the forest did not answer. The wind only whispered through pine needles like quiet laughter. Days passed. The stag moved slowly, dragging his grief with every step. Other deer watched from a distance. Some looked away. Some stared. Without his antlers, he felt smaller, exposed, unfinished. At night, he dreamed of who he used to be, charging through snow, antlers cutting the air, power humming through his body. He woke each time with an ache heavier than hunger. Then winter tightened its grip. Food grew scarce. The wolves grew bold. One evening, the forest erupted, branches snapping, paws pounding, breath snarling close behind. The stag ran, or tried to. In his panic, he lowered his head out of habit and felt nothing catch the branches. No weight pulled him sideways. No crown slowed his turn. He ran faster. The trees blurred. Snow sprayed beneath his hooves. He twisted, darted, slipped through gaps he would never have fit through before. The wolves lunged and missed. Silence fell. The stag stopped at the ridge, chest burning, legs shaking, not from fear, but from something new. Surprise. He laughed, a soft, breathless sound. For the first time since the loss, he lifted his head, not to mourn, but to feel the air rush freely around it. Days turned into weeks. He learned new paths, new speeds, new ways to survive. Where his antlers once forced him to fight, his lightness now let him flee. Where pride once anchored him, freedom carried him forward. One morning, he returned to the clearing where his antlers had fallen. They were half buried now, claimed by moss and time. He bowed, not in sorrow, but in thanks. Because he understood at last. What he lost was not taken from him. It was released. And as spring crept in and new growth stirred beneath his skin, the stag stepped into the forest, lighter, faster, and no longer afraid of who he was becoming. If this story moved you, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your support helps this channel grow and brings more stories to life.